Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob the Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we got special review impressions, something that I bought off of NC Blade. This is the Microtech Mini MSI. This is a signature series in black aluminum frag scales. We're going to talk about this. Okay, today we're looking at the Microtech Mini MSI. Been a long time waiting for this. This is something, as soon as I saw the MSI and the stitch, I said, man, if they could make a mini, this would be amazing. And it's here. It's finally here. It's a knife I had hoped they would make. I'm sure that they were already planning to make it, but I do know the first Blade show that I was at, I went up to the Microtech booth and I said, this is a great knife. I love it. It's just too big. If you could make something that was like 7.5, 8 inches, it was like an inch, inch and a half shorter, I'm telling you, there's a huge population of people who would love this. And here it is. Here it is. We'll do measurements here in just a second so you can see the size, but this is a great size. Now, I know the regular sized one had a thumb hole, full hole, floor hole. It's huge, and if you're a big fan of that and that's your only way to do it, yeah, you might be disappointed because they made this compact to fit well, be a great EDC size with fantastic thumb studs, by the way. I have no problems with these thumb studs. I love them. So this is a signature series. It's a kind of pre-production, production sort of run. It does have the black frag pattern aluminum scales. It is a signature series, so you have some satin finish here. You have this beautiful, very polished, but stone washed sort of finish there as well. Nice and edgy, nice thin blade, much thinner than the regular MSI. With the Ram-LOK, a smaller version of the Ram-LOK. As you know, the Ram-LOK was always meant to be open operated one hand, right? So I can open and close this if I want it to with one hand. See, like that? But I mean, it works well with two fingers too, just like a regular, almost like a crossbar lock or any of those other types of locks. You do get a little bit of boarding on here. This is serial number 11 of, okay, so this is 3/11 of 2025. Number 48, made in 11/2025. So this is the 48th Mini MSI ever made, so that's kind of cool. I like this one. Now, typically black fragged aluminum is not my thing. I like titanium. I like polished titanium. So we'll see if this one stays in the collection or not, but it is cool to handle, and I can definitely tell you that the size, everything about it is really great. So let's talk about it. The knife name is the Mini MSI. It's military standard issues where the MSI comes from. It's a Microtech design, USA made. It does use M390 MK. Right there, you can see that, M390 MK, which is a blade steel proprietary from Bowler for Microtech. It does use the Ram-LOK, which is a proprietary lock with a spring, but it's kind of like the crossbar lock, but not really, but very different, but still, you know, really solid, well built. This up here allows it to be able to operate one-handed, so you can do this. Typically crossbar, you always have to have two fingers, so that's the neat thing about that. Microtech does manufacture this in-house. It's not outsourced. Aluminum frag scales. You do have some steel liners on the inside there. You have I believe this is titanium. Yeah, titanium. Steel there, obviously. Steel there, obviously. Steel there. Pivot. Yeah, all that stuff is steel. So there we go. Oh, and the clip is steel. So, you know, some things that I would definitely change. I'd put on a titanium clip and what have you. I love the frag pattern. It is very cool. I wish it was in a polished kind of view. Just my personal perspective. I'm not into the darked out PVD kind of thing, but you know, to each their own, right? I mean, it does look good. It does look good. It's got a nice huge finger choil, so you can easily choke up on there. I like that. The materials inside sealer, we talked about that. Ram-LOK, you've got two thumb studs. So that's the opening and closing. But that Ram-LOK works really beautifully. Now, this happens to be a special one. I got Skiff Caged ceramic ball bearings from Steve Skiff to test this out. This is a new pivot size. This is 5.5 millimeters. It's not your 6 millimeter. It's not your 5 millimeter. It's a 5.5. It's a unique size. And so I sent the measurements to Steve. Steve ran a test of it. He sent me these back. I put them in. Wow. 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 They are amazing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to go with these, and they should be available for the Mini MSI, but I will tell you, when I got this, great action. I love it. It was beautiful, it was smooth, and all that good stuff. And, you know, everything that I knew about MSI, it was great. I put the Skiffs in there, the cage bearings by Skiff Workshop, and this thing just became even more comfortable, even more buttery. I love that about this thing. So solid, so solid. Really, really, really fantastic little knife here. Yeah. Do you have to put Skiffs? No, you don't. But it really made this knife more enjoyable, especially being a signature series and all. I'm super excited about that. I think it looks and feels great. All right, opening, closing. Like I said, we have these thumb studs, very well placed, great placement, easy for big old meaty thumb fingers and stuff. And even if you have gloves, you'll have no problem unless you miss putting your thumb in the right place. And of course, with the Ram-LOK, I can't open it like that, right? I don't know, can I get my finger? Yeah, I guess I can. I can do middle finger, bonus flick, if I can get my finger in there. Sorry, there we go. Can I do left-handed? I think I can. I can. It's, you know, it's not the easiest because you have to go in there, but the thumb studs work great. And the nice thing about these thumb studs is I can slow roll it, as you can see. So you can slow roll it. And you do know, as soon as you move this, this moves, right? So that's that sort of acting as the detent, the spring pushing up against that, and then this going back pushes it back. So you can see how that pulls it back in. You get close enough, and it'll pull it in. So that's cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that. The closing, very easy. It's locked in there, solid, no blade play. I love it. You release that, and it just drops, right? So I think that's great. The blade, it is, I would call this a sheep's foot, right? It's got a little point there, maybe a reverse tanto. It's got a nice wedge on top, which is really great, very functional for a blade. It's kind of like a rudder on a ship. You have this wedge. It allows you to turn better one way because of this, the way it's angled up here on top. That allows a better turn into something like thick paper, plastic, leather, whatever you're cutting. So I do like that. All right, let's do some measurements on this guy. See how much this guy weighs for the review. I'm going to guess 4 ounces, somewhere around there. 3.6, not bad, 3.6 ounces. So it's not a super heavy knife, not a super light knife. All right, so 3.6 ounces. Let's go ahead and get a measurement here. How long is this guy? Oops. And we have 7 3/8 handle length. If you take the whole finger choil, you've got 4. And if you go all the way out here, technically you would have 4.5. If you go right here, you're just a little over 4 1/4. So that's nice. All right, the blade length we're dealing with is 3, I want to say, and 1, 2, 3, 3/16. So, and cutting length is going to be 2 3/4. All right, so there you go. It's a smaller blade, but it's got a nice finger choil, so you can definitely choke up. I got big, large hands with big, beady fingers, so my grip is about equal to a extra large hand with normal size fingers, a double extra large hand with thinner fingers, right? So let's go ahead and measure the blade stock thickness on this guy. Like my leather top, keeps everything safe. All right, so let's see, where are we at? 127.5, 128 thousandths of an inch. Let's see if it's the same over here. Yeah, 127.5, 128 thousandths of an inch. So very tight tolerances. It's a good sized blade for the thing, for the size of the knife. It definitely will be solid. Definitely got a nice pokey tip. You can get into stuff, but still very strong. So very solid. I really, really like that a lot. It is acid washed, it's dual satin finish, all that stuff I think is really cool. All right, so what is the knife category? What are we talking about? It's definitely not a budget or regular knife. It is in the high end. Now, I think when they come out with their production, if they do FRN scales and it's not a signature series, it's a very basic finish on the blade. You don't have this dual finished blade, you know, all this, which is really nicer. I mean, I like this. I would enjoy this, right? But if you were to get that, you could probably get something that's going to be within the $100 to $300 range. This right here in itself was, what was it, $397. So it's definitely in the regular range. Now, they had some fancy ones that Marfione had handled. They were $1,500. I wasn't $1,100. I wasn't going to pay for that. No, that's if you were, cool, awesome collection piece, looked beautiful, but it just, that wasn't worth that to me. It had to have a whole lot more. But this is nice. This is really nice. I like the signature series. Having handled MSIs, FRN, the budget ones, I can tell you that this is great. This is great. I feel like there's some extra elements in here that I'm willing to pay for, it may not be willing for you to pay for, but if you appreciate little touches, little details, I think it's really nice. I really do. And to me, it's worth it. I like the finish on the blade. This is definitely feels very different than a regular MSI, like a $200-$300 MSI, or the like the $200, $197 ones, you know, when you get a really good deal in FRN. This feels much different. The action is really solid. I will say the grips, the handle, the textures, everything is feels really good. I love the clip here. A very nice clip with a little lip up there, which to me is perfect. Almost recessed screws, but plenty of clearance in there. You do have an ambidextrous, which I like. A big old lanyard, so if you're lanyard folks, rejoice. I like everything else that you're seeing in here. I love the back spacers. It's got some jimping on here, some jimping here. Whether it locks you in, it doesn't really, just tells you where to go. I'd love for it to be a little more functional, but you know, can't have everything, right? So it's definitely in the $100 to $300. I mean, the $300 to $600 range. This one here is the $300 to $600. It is a high end. So $300 to $600 is $397. I'm sure, like I said, when the FRN comes out, they're going to be in the $100 to $300 range. All right, purpose EDC hard use collection piece. Yes, 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 yes. All three. And this one, I mean, being a first run production run, if you're a collector, this would be a fantastic piece to have. I'm a collector to the point that I collect every knife and carry every knife that I enjoy. I don't collect just because, ooh, it was a first run. I mean, that's cool in one way. It's cool if there's a story behind it and a gifting behind it and the person I know. To me, then it becomes special. But just because it's a first piece, it doesn't overwhelm me. Now, if it's a cool first piece that we may never see, that's a different story, right? That's why I like my McNeese Mac 2, the Tonto that I got at Blade Show with the Timascus inlay. I think Jonathan said he was never going to make that. So that's a special one. This one is cool. And I think a collector would love to have this, right? I like a different color, different aesthetic. I just wanted to handle it so much that I bought it. So I think I'm going to make it a catch and release. So someone's going to get a deal on it. You're going to save a little bit of money on a never carried, ever used kind of knife, just for me to do some reviews and content. So there you go. That's a bargain, right? Yeah, it's a cool knife. It's a very, very cool knife. I really, really do like that. I did put skiffs, like I said, in there, which I think really ups the game a little bit. Definitely could be hard use. I feel like it's solid lock. It really does work in there. I did hear from folks that the early version, there was some issues there, but I haven't heard that for the later versions, right? Mine, the three that I've had no issues with it. I've had 3 or 4, I think 3, at least 3 I know that I've had, and they've all been fantastic, solid, not worried about them at all. EDC, I would feel very, very, very good, very, very trusting, very comfortable carrying this as an EDC. So there you go. Overall, Ergo's feel and action. The handles, first of all, the handles are great. Really nice contour. It does have a little bit of contour in there. It does have some chamfering in here. There's no sharp edges. That's the thing. If you do black PVD, you better not make sure you don't have any sharp edges. So they did a really nice job. I like that. The opening and closing is really smooth. Like I said, with those skiffs that make this so much better for the opening and closing, I think it's fantastic. I love how the opening and closing on this guy right here just really comes through, and it's very, very smooth. I love that. You can feel it when you open it, and you absolutely can feel it when you shut it, right? So I'm just trying to do the very minimal flick of a knife, but it's beautiful. Just simply stunning. I love that. All right, so that's the opening and close. The textures, oh, I love the frag pattern. I love this up here. It's nice. It's not super lock you in kind of, but it's there. This is nice. You have this if you're doing a push cut. Maybe you're doing a pull cut, like through something heavy plastic, cardboard, what have you. I think that's really nice. The jimping, you know, this could be better. This is much better here and here. I will say the back spacer and the scales themselves have better jimping than what's on the blade, which is kind of sad to me, but I don't know. It's a first production run. Maybe they'll fix that. Maybe they'll make it a little more aggressive in the jimping. I hope so. I think if you're a collector and you like it just for the aesthetics, I mean, it's going to be fantastic, right? All right, so the clip, it's a standard steel clip. I would absolutely get a titanium clip if Lynch Northwest offers those, which I suspect they would, because I don't like steel clips. I always bend them, right? So I'd like to put titanium clips on there. The lanyard folks, rejoice. It's there. You can absolutely do your lanyard thing. All right, overall feel, ergos in action. The ergos are great. It feels comfortable, no hot spots. I can squeeze down and not feel like I'm burning my hand out. Actually, it feels really good. So I like that. The action is great. It was already great. Putting skiffs in there made it just really good. Really, really good. I'm not going to say it was not bad at all. It was really good before, but this was even better. So, I know you hear me talk about skiffs, but in this case, it's absolutely worth it. There's some knives that, man, they just deserve skiffs, and this is one of those. So I was glad I got a chance to put those in and test those with Steve. So look for those. I know he's going to be making more of those and offering those in the near future. I think they're going to be phenomenal. All right, action design flow is really cool. I like the MSI. The big one is a big boy, and it works well for a big giant knife. It was just too big for me. I had it twice. Loved it. Think it's a great knife. Highly recommended if you love big knives or if you got big old hands, you want something a little bit bigger. This is nice. Even with big hands, notice the size. My large hands, which is equivalent to an extra large normal size hand, so double extra large, maybe even triple extra large, big meaty fingers, you can really use this knife. So it'd be a great little fifth pocket small EDC for giant hands. For the rest of us normal people, just joking, but the rest of us folks who don't have as big hands as you might have, this is a great size. This is absolutely, spoiler alert, spoilers here, whatever. I love it. I think it's a fantastic design. It's what I'd hope they would do. I'd love to see what they're going to do with the stitch, because I think that would be cool too. All right. The function is great. I do like the Ram-LOK a lot. I think it's a really cool design. The Ram-LOK has some extra things in there with that one-handed operation, which I think is just brilliant. Brilliant. So yeah, very cool. All right, the fidget factor scales. So fidget factor scales, you've got thumb studs that work flawlessly left and right-handed, right? So I can do all of this left and right-handed, right? And then we have, of course, the Ram-LOK that can open and close it. And then, of course, we have middle finger bonus flick. So, I mean, you do it well, right? So this is going to get a 6 out of 10 just because it's really good. Really good. The size works really well for me. I really like all of that. I just want a different color, a different blade shape finish. They had a satin one, man. Oh, I just missed it. I would have so gotten that in a heartbeat. And I probably wouldn't be thinking about doing catch release on this one, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll wait around, take my time. If not, then what I like to do is put some custom scales on there, like original Goat titanium scales or something. I think that would look really cool. So yeah, by the way, I have an original Goat code down below. Make sure you use that RNK. It saves you 15%. Does help the channel, but helps you more. So there you go. All right. Like I said, I'd give this a solid 6. I think it's well deserved in what they have. And as far as fidgety goodness of that 6 out of 10, it's 100%. It is solid. This is a fun knife that just works. That works really well. I really feel like Microtech would have to go a long way to really screw this one up. And I'm glad they didn't try. I'm glad they executed it well, because it's a design that's just meant to be successful. And I think I'm hoping and I'm assuming that that's what they felt too, and they went for it, because it is that. I think once people get it in their hands, they're going to love it. They're going to want to buy it. So yeah, so 100% on that. Final thoughts, recommendations? Yeah, absolutely. This is a recommended knife. This particular one is absolutely recommended into the high end. And if you can get the less expensive ones, the regular ones, they'll probably be, under $300, maybe under $200. I still think it's going to be phenomenally recommended. Now, there'll be some fancier, this is a signature series, but I bet there's even fancier ones. I would be interested in seeing what's out there. I'd be interested in seeing out there. I don't need all the Damascus and the Circuit and all that weird stuff. I don't mind little accents of that, but I just want a good solid knife, but I want to see the titanium. When the titanium comes through, it just, to me, it highlights the knife more. I mean, even like here's my 8020S USA made Andrew Demko. These are the Rockscale Design scales. And it has a little anno on there, like it's just a little touch, but just that titanium just works. And I want to see that on this one. Even if it's titanium or aluminum, I think it would. I'm not reviewing. This is a little comment. I'm hoping that somebody from Original Goat or Microtech hears this, which I'm a small channel. I get it. I'm 11,000 subscribers, which I appreciate every one of you guys. Can't believe we're here. It blows me away to think of that. But I'm not like some huge, gigantic channel. I get that. But if they happen to go out and find me, like I said, that would be my request. So there you go. Take it for what it is. All right, so highly recommended. Definitely recommend it. It is going to be a favorites for me. Absolutely favorites. The design, the function. Now, I just want a different color. I want it looking a little different. So I'm gonna be on the hunt for that at some point. But I like this. I like it a lot. So yeah, final thoughts. Definitely recommend it. I think it's great. I think if you should consider, consider it as a knife. Even in the signature series here. I mean, if you want to wait for the less expensive one, which I'm sure is coming, then go for that. For sure. But this is great. This is phenomenal. So, yeah. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting that like button down below. If you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button as well. Subscribing and liking the channel, it really does help me out. It allows me to grow the channel by producing more content, doing more things, ultimately more things for you guys. So really a big, huge thank you to you guys out there for supporting the channel, supporting me. I'm grateful and humbled by it. I also would love to remind you that there is a notification button that if you can click below so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out to the channel members. You do two amazing, amazing things for me. By your membership, just being there, you support me. You really do. I'm encouraged because I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I do this part-time. And so that type of encouragement, that type of interaction really keeps me going. It makes me appreciate the community, as I hope you do as well, because that to me is above all. We love talking knives. We love and celebrate each other's knives. We love collecting knives. But the joy is that we can celebrate, collect knives in a community where we can all celebrate it. Whatever the knife is, you know, if you're the guy that goes out and gets a $5,000 knife and that brings you joy and we all look at it, we're all going to be like, that's awesome, that's cool. I'm never going to buy that kind of knife, at least not anytime soon. Where I'm at with 2 kids in college, it's not happening anytime soon, right? But I will celebrate that knife with you and think that's awesome. If you go out and buy the $50 knife and that's what your budget allows, I'm going to celebrate that with you, and I hope you get a cool one. It'd be cool if it's one I recommended, but you know, get what you get, you know, buy what you love and love what you buy. So I'm totally fine with that. But you channel members, you encourage me. You encourage me. I'm serious. Your support of the channel, me being able to do more things, that's huge to you. Also, it allows me to do a weekly giveaways, right? So we have the Budget Banger giveaways each week, and then once a month, there's a members exclusive giveaway, which you're eligible for. So I do 2 things for channel members, right? 2 ways to show thank you. Brand new channel members, email me your name and address so I can mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. I still want to write those as long as I can. I know the channel's growing, but I'm going to keep trying to do that. Secondly, all channel members are eligible for the once a month members exclusive giveaway. So if you're a member, that 1 week in a month where we have 2 giveaways, you could win both, by the way. You're eligible for both. You could win the members giveaway. So that's what we call the members exclusive giveaway. Typically, it's something nicer than a budget knife, because a budget knife is something, you know, that we get each week, but something hopefully you enjoy winning as a prize or giving as a gift. If that sounds interesting to you and say, hey, I'd like to be able to do that, there's a link down below in the description on how to become a member. I have 3 different tiers. Would be honored, blown away, love to have you. But don't feel pressured to do so. If you do, just enjoy the content, just be part of the community. Don't do that. But if you choose to do so, then I'm grateful, I'm humbled, I'm thankful. So thank you. All right. Yeah, this is all really cool. This is all really cool. I appreciate you guys. Now, some of you guys may ask, isn't there more stuff? Yes, there's a special emojis. There's a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year Kazoo anniversary. Yes, there is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year stickers. There is Kazoo salutes. There's exclusive members content, all sorts of stuff. That's all out there. It's my small way to say thank you. It's never enough, but it is what I can do, and just to let you know how much I appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.